Our biological station is one of the off-campus facilities that University of Florida and IFAS has all around the state. Ours is unique in that we are focused on natural resources. We work on a lot of issues associated with fish and wildlife habitat, seagrass ecology, oyster reef restoration, those kind of projects, as well as like landscape level work looking at how freshwater flow in the Swanee River Basin is going to influence this part of Florida. Our mission is to do research, extension, and teaching that support conservation and management of natural resources, as well as support for the shellfish aquaculture industry, which is so important here in Cedar Key.
It's really helped facilitate access to the nearshore waters of the Nature Coast and really a physical presence, both of personnel, but also for any sort of activity coming from campus. We're pretty much smack dab in the middle of the Nature Coast, which is a very low populated area. So it's a very unique shoreline, a very opportunistic shoreline for studying natural systems.
We do have a mission statement for NCBS. It does have to do with enhancing the sustainable use and conservation of natural resources through hands-on workshops, research, teaching. So it really embodies the land grant mission of the University of Florida to put the extension teaching and research mission together for our coastal resources.
For students, NCBS is a really great place to be. It's a biological research station where a lot of really innovative marine science is happening.
We have projects that are dealing with seagrass ecology, living shorelines, impacts of climate change on sea level rise, on low-lying coastal areas. So we have a lot of work about how you can best manage natural resources in an area like this, which is one of the most pristine areas of Florida. Ways to try to mitigate the impacts of climate change and allow people to be able to live and prosper in areas like this is a key mission and something that we work hand in hand with the community to try to do.
They are really good at seeing what the whole picture is of Cedar Key. It is absolutely collaborative in nature. We are the natural baseline. We are the most unaffected by change as any other group on the whole coast, and you don't want to come and study us, and UF came, and thank God they came, because this is your best laboratory you could have.
Living shorelines are habitat restorations that are done for the purpose of addressing erosion in the coastal environment, but they rely on nature-based features like marshes, mangroves, and oyster reefs, using natural features to address a human issue, which is property loss due to erosion and sea level rise. And I think that they are a really great case study in what NCBS does because it has involved interns, it's involved volunteers, it's involved a lot of stakeholder workshops because the living shorelines we've built were co-produced with homeowners and city leaders. And it's also habitat restoration, and it has an environmental benefit, and we've done a lot of research about the outcomes of those habitat restorations. They really have generated a lot of interest in what we do and the types of things that people can do to really better their own property for the betterment of our coastlines.
Those are really models for us, and to try to use those to help other communities look to see what might be a possible alternative for erosion that may be happening in their community.
One of the ways that we prioritize what we're going to work on is through advisory committees, and then we also do other things like needs assessment surveys, and we do a lot of outreach with the community, and we do a lot of listening.
Everyone has their own specialty and research focus, but we are a really collaborative organization. Water in Florida and everywhere, it's of critical importance.
We work on the water. We're island people, and we have different needs here, and they respect our knowledge, and that is such a nice bridge for science to come into our town and try to work with us toward a much better future, not just for our city, but also for Florida.
When it comes to education, we're part of the community. Communicating the science out to the public is obviously a key role of IFAS overall, but it's certainly something that we take very seriously. We also have a discovery center where the public can come in and learn about the Swanee River Basin and learn about the research going on here at the station. We operate Seahorse Key Marine Lab and have overnight stays there. Classes can go out there, and it's an amazing experience for students, both K through 12 students and undergraduates and graduate students, to go out there and work in the place where you see all the ecological changes that are going on in this region.
We really depend on a lot of community and volunteer support here.
Two of our biggest fundraising priorities is we have an undergraduate summer internship program, and that program allows undergraduates at the University of Florida to work with practicing natural resource biologists and researchers.
We can place interns with management agencies, and that strengthens those partnerships, but it also gives them real-world experience.
So we're always looking for support for that internship program because it's paid internships and it's very competitive for the undergraduates to get in there. We also have a capital campaign underway to try to build a dorm and wet labs in the space beside us there.
We receive funding in lots of different ways. We do have a foundation committee that helps fundraise, and so we do accept donations through multiple avenues. We also bring in a lot of grants outside of the University of Florida.
People can go to our website, ncbs.ifas.ufl.edu. They'll find everything from our outreach programs, special events. They could sign up for our newsletter. They learn about ongoing research projects, fish and wildlife, coastal environments management. I want our science to contribute to the management to make things better in the future. That's what gets me excited, and I think our team excited, is when you can do science that's actually going to be relevant to management and that they can act on to improve things in the future.